Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to Sam and Max episode 3. They stole Max's brain. Let's continue. We don't really even need to rush here. Again, it feels very blown out. Let's just go look on the settings. Is there even a brightness ability? Yeah, there's no brightness setting. It feels like just the game itself is doing this. It's trying to do a flashback style filter over it. I realize that, but it just affects the visuals a lot.
Hang tight, little buddy.
So Sam's brain is missing, and we are inside the museum. Let's look at the apocalypse display.
I'll take a look around after I track down Max's brain.
Coming apocalypse.
It's a telltale trail of Grandpa Stinky's brain-preserving demon broth. Could Max's brain still be alive?
Telltale again.
Not now. I've got to find Max's brain.
Jeez, it just looks like we're not going to be able to do anything.
Later.
We should just walk up here to the planetarium, I suppose. I mean, I can't look at anything.
I'll take a look around after I track down Max's brain.
So let's just walk up there, I guess. We have no choice. Brief history of bad ideas and transporting. A long delay means we're going to a cutscene.
Feel my superior technological might, necromancer!
Slowing down your simian hindquarters, barbarian!
And wait, he's looking pretty spry for a 120-year-old. And there's the devil's toy box. And is that?
Sam! Get me out of here! This whole place smells like gorilla and patchouli.
The interloper who foiled my scheme to collect the toys of power and re-imprisoned me in the penal zone?
Sam? The great-grandson of the patron who put the kibosh on my intricate plan to unleash Yog-Sothoth and take over the world?
I hate that guy.
I hate that guy!
Yes, a common enemy. I propose an alliance.
You get the galaxy, I get the Earth?
Agreed.
Nice going, Bubble Brain.
Don't blame me. I'm still trying to find the volume controls on this thing.
Minions, after him!
Sam? Aw, man! Now I'm stuck in here with the alliance of C-list supervillains. It was way more fun when they were fighting.
Okay, so we're gonna play as the brain in the jar. Well, at least that's something here.
Toy location acquired.
We could talk to Scanopi, we could look at the devil's chest, we can look at the projector. Let's try
Look
it.
at all those cool psychic toys. Am I doing that?
Indeed, yes. Your psychic brain, melded to Monsieur Paperweight Sorcery and my super science, have created a techno-arcanic whirlpool, drawing the toys to this convenient container.
So that explains the giant sucking sound in my head.
No, that's just you.
Hey, bad guys, how about a little light show? It's getting boring in here.
I'm afraid that tonight's performance of Mundane Objects in Space, a Cosmic Odyssey, has been cancelled, so that the Yeneler and I might use the projector to summon the scattered psychic toys from the four corners of the globe.
Aww.
So the toys all going here. We can look at the meter.
Please, help us reach our goal. Operators are standing by to take your call.
So I assume the meter is slowly filling up. Let's talk to Paperweight.
Hey you, Fez guy!
What is it?
Let's talk about you.
How come you haven't aged a day since my great-grandpa kicked your demon-summoning butt back in the olden times?
The horrible secret of my apparent immortality is too terrible to comprehend, and would surely drive an uninitiated mind such as yours to the brink of madness were I to utter it.
So, Pilates then? What are you doing in this 2-bit museum anyway?
Since my defeat at the hands of your meddling ancestors, I've insinuated myself into the archaeological community, painstakingly gathering the requisite toys of power necessary to reopen a doorway between our world and the realm of Yog-Sothoth.
Nerd.
Let's talk about the toy box then.
What are you and Corporal Buttcheeks here doing with the Devil's Toy Box anyway?
We're unwinding and rewiring the synapses of your brain to cast a blasphemous net of tech necromancy across the reality so that the toys of power may be properly encased within the Devil's Toy Box.
Ah, that's about what I thought.
Really? Repeat what I just said.
Blah, blah, blah. I've got a wonderful brain! Blargy, blargy. More toys for me!
Let's talk about me.
You're a magical mumbo-jumbo guy, so maybe you can tell me. What's the deal with me having psychic powers all of a sudden? Am I going through the change?
It's difficult to say. The only minds on this plane capable of wielding the toys of power are the insane, the simple, or the defective.
Ah, you've been reading my press, kid.
But encountering two special brains in the same bloodline is practically unheard of. Your lineage is most peculiar and dangerous.
You should see us during holiday cookouts.
Let's talk about Sam.
Could you try and stop your new buddy from zapping Sam with a banana-shaped ray gun or whatever?
Why should I give a hell-beast's hangnail about the fate of Summit's brood?
Well, let me get back to you on that.
Let's ask about the museum then.
Pretty grubby joint you got here.
It's one of the finest collections in the world. Our Yog-Sothoth tapestry is one of a kind.
Gee, it'd be a shame if Skunk Ape's minions ripped your tapestry to shreds and used it for space towelettes. You know, accidentally.
Don't even think of such a thing.
Let's ask about Skunk Ape.
Why are you and that big dumb ape Skunk Ape working together?
General Skunkapi and I have had a meeting of minds over our mutual loathing of you, your partner, and your forefathers.
So that added up to what? One mind between you?
I just hope his brain-dead minions can dispose of your partner without injuring any of my employees.
All this talking with my brain is making me tired. Let's talk later.
Let's see, let's look at the console.
What's that for?
That controls our new laser light show. It will bring many, many young peoples to the museum.
If you can lure them away from their zoetropes.
Is there anything else here? We can return to Sam. Can we talk to General Skunkapi or have
Hey, Skunky!
Yes?
Let's talk about you then.
So,
Skunkapi.
long time no see.
Long time? Yes, yes. If only you knew how long. It has been but a handful of Earth hours since you and your companion imprisoned me in the penal zone. However, due to the temporal phase shifting of the zone, I experienced years of maddening nothingness during those fleeting hours.
Ah, that would explain the tiny crow's feet around the eyes. Not to mention that telltale old gorilla smell. What are you doing here, anyway?
The same thing I was doing all those years ago.
Boring me to tears?
Gathering the toys of power so that I might conquer the galaxy.
Now that you and Fezhead have stopped fighting, could you tell me how my brain ended up outside my sexy little body?
I took it from you after I was suddenly ejected from the penal zone.
How come I didn't notice?
You appeared to be entranced by a primitive form of Earth entertainment.
Around here, we call it a popcorn coma, big guy. What are you planning to do with my brain once this whole Toys for Jerks drive is over?
The same thing I planned to do before you yanked me into your ASAT's penal zone. Plug your brain into my ship's central computer and use your terrifying psychic powers to conquer the galaxy.
Couldn't we just use them to cruise for chicks? The ladies love a good spoon bending.
That's curious. My scans indicate you don't even like girls.
Could you try not to kill Sam? He's my designated driver whenever I'm in the sauce like this.
Oh, my minions won't kill him.
That's good.
They're under strict orders to drag him beaten and bloodied to my feet, so that he might witness my ascension to ruler of the galaxy.
Just so long as he can still drive.
Let's ask about the toy box then.
What are you two scamps doing with the Devil's Toy Box?
We're tapping the nigh infinite power of your brain to create a bifurcated vortex of technological and arcane energies to impel the toys of power to return to their point of origin via a 5-dimensional matrix of quantum foam and sympathetic magics.
Yes, of course.
You have no idea what I just said, do you?
No, but if it means more psychic toys for me, then vortex away.
I can't help but feel like both of these conversations are totally pointless and not gonna accomplish anything.
I see you've got your old band of lackeys back together.
Yes, yes. My mighty army is once again ready to take on the galaxy. At least they would be if Paperweight's filthy security guard wasn't underfoot. That disease-carrying insect had better keep his pestilent thorax away from my boys.
So, Paperweight.
Why are you working with that creepy Paperweight guy?
Monsieur Paperweight and I have reached an accommodation.
Is that legally permitted in this state?
I'm lending my scientific prowess to his mystical efforts to draw the toys of power into the so-called Devil's Toy Box.
That spell thing Paperweight's working on. It wouldn't have something to do with summoning an elder god by the name of Yog-Sothoth, would it?
Now that you mention it, Yog-Sothoth's name did come up once or twice. He's certainly touchy about that precious tapestry of his.
Yeesh.
So,
Could you go over there for a while? The way you're salivating over my anterior cortex is creeping me out, frankly.
Very well.
doesn't look like we can do anything here. We've just learned that we need to go to Sam and then
Soon
get
the
the
doors
two people.
will open.
These two goofs are about as entertaining as public radio. Oh, I sure hope Sam survived the attack of the minions. I've got a lot of complaining to do.
So let's do this whole section that's not really related to anything we just did for the past 10 minutes. So we need these guys to run into the security guard. And maybe destroy the tapestry.
Well, at least I know that Max's brain is still alive and kicking. I'll never get back in there while Skunk Ape and Paperweight are working together. Maybe I can break up those lovebirds from out here. Somehow I doubt they're gonna lure in the jaded thugs of today with laser light shows. Not enough despinings to hold a young person's attention.
Let's approach the office door.
That's interesting. Holyoke, Massachusetts. If I remember my field guide for otherworldly incursions correctly, that tentacle's a flagellum from the dark dimension.
We have the Egypt exhibit. We can read this sign.
Coming soon, a brief history of bad ideas in transportation. I hope Max's brain and body are reunited by the time this exhibit opens. He loves tooling around in comically unviable vehicles. Good thing Max isn't here. Edutainment sends him into an atavistic rage.
Hindenburg picture?
Although the Hindenburg met its fiery demise in 1937, its sister ship, the Aeroschwein, is still in operation today, and was a stunt double in the 1968 musical, Let's All Go for a Ride in My Beautiful Balloon. So that's where that song came from.
let's look at this banner. Then we'll check out the Egyptian exhibit. Then we'll check out some other stuff until we find some objects or figure out what we're doing.
I could learn a lot from this if I wasn't so offended by the choice of fonts.
Treasure of the Forgotten Pharaoh. Reach inside the brain urn. Let's read the warning first.
Please don't touch, play on or around the Pharaoh's brain. I question the wisdom of this sign. Normally, the code of the freelance policeman frowns on stealing ancient brains, but desperate times call for icky measures. Ew, it's warm and pulsing and wriggly. I don't know whether to be repulsed or use it as a neck massager. The seven-sided pyramid of Hikabah was the crowning glory of Kestimpum the Tiny until it collapsed under its staggering weight and unorthodox design. It's dioramas like this that make me appreciate the joys of central air conditioning, collective bargaining, and comfortable headwear.
Let's see. Here's the Pharaoh's head.
I had no idea ancient Egypt was so madcap.
So if I could tie Pharaoh's head to that, perhaps something would happen.
If you're going to putrefy and decompose, might as well do it in style.
Brain screw. We need the brain screw.
Ancient Egyptian brain screw. The engravings on this particular brain screw indicate that it was reserved for pharaohs, viziers, or other high-ranking muckety-mucks. Muckety-mucks? The museum's copywriter must have thought no one would read that far.
Give me that brain
Ooh,
screw.
pointy and dangerous. Two of my favorite things. Max would love to get his hands on this doohickey. Too bad he doesn't have any hands right now.
Let's see, do we have a gun? Yes, we do.
Senseless vandalism has its place, but this isn't it.
Aw, darn it. Egypt display back there. Here's the Spunks model.
Ah, the Sphinx. I can almost smell it. Seriously, it smells like aspen here.
So we could open the Spunks, in theory, if we had cookies and stood on the tongue and said the magic words. But I'm not sure we're actually going to do any of that.
Hey, you!
Who, me?
Don't get kid with me, wise guy. What are you doing in the museum after dark?
I'm Sam. I'm with the freelance police.
Freelance police, eh? I heard a lot about you guys. A lot. I'm Sal, museum's security guard. You must be looking into all the freaky shenanigans going on around here tonight, huh?
Yeah.
Well, feel free to poke around. But right now, you gotta do something about this pile of trash.
That's not trash. That's my partner.
Partner, trash, potato. If it's not up and moving in the next few minutes, I'm tossing that smelly lump of guts into the incinerator.
Incinerator? Yeesh.
So, this is kind of weird because in the first two seasons there were regular-sized cockroaches, and so it's a little weird now to have a human-sized cockroach, although he's a human-sized dog.
That fellow reminds me of my great-granduncle Eustachius. Canis erectus. This freakish tooth, dating from the late Phamerian era, is thought to represent an evolutionary dead end of heavyset man-dog hybrids. This night was bad enough, but now my distant ancestors are getting insulted by pasty-faced anthropologists.
Let's see. It seems like we could listen to things if we had headphones somehow. Seems like we could listen
The end
to
of the world is predicted
instructions
by
of the
top
display.
apocalypsologists. Some say the world will end in
Descriptions of
fire,
the
some in
display.
ice. But it takes a truly advanced mind to envision an apocalypse that revolves around a many-eyed, many-horned, walking purple people eater.
Just turn the hourglass, sure.
Witness the final stage of the coming apocalypse. Turn the hourglass. Okay.
So what actions is this robot taking?
Whoa, I did not see that coming.
So seems like I've used that up. Unless it turns back after a while. I don't think I can do anything there.
Hoyosaurus henway.
This is strange because there's a Skunkapi guard right there. What does this do? See, here's a minion right here. Yeah, it seems like we can just...
Where do you think you're going?
I'm, just looking for the snack foods exhibit.
No one leaves here. Skunkape's orders.
Why?
We're supposed to be on the lookout for, Sam. That's it, Sam. Are you Sam?
No, my name is Tyrone. Sam's that guy.
Tis we! I've arrived at the world-famous Museum of Mostly Natural History. And look, a cute little animatronic monkey.
Mahila to Skunkape. I've successfully neutralized the one known as Sam.
Describe him.
Pink, hairless, difficult to place accent.
That's not Sam, you fool. Now don't bother me again until you find Sam.
Apparently that, wasn't Sam.
Oh well, happy hunting.
Thank you, Tyrone.
Let's go over here and pick up a tour headset. That's
Museum
what we
of
needed.
Mostly Natural History guided tour. Ah, an audio guide that attempts to make sense of the nonsensical museum displays. I should tape one of these for our office.
Let's look at the information desk. Sure, why not?
It says it's an information desk, but I feel dumber just looking at it.
Let's look at the white courtesy phone.
It's too bad Max's mighty psychic brain isn't here. There's all sorts of new phone numbers on this courtesy phone.
Let's walk over here. And pull the sword, see what happens.
Behold, the dread wonder of Yog-Sothoth, overfiend of the dark dimension.
Yeah. I'm glad my great-grandpa stopped that transdimensional beauty from manifesting in the East Side.
Let's look at the Moai head.
Hey, it's a Moai head. How's it hanging, big guy? Fine, be that way.
Let's look at this display.
Inexplicable object of unknown provenance.
Let's read this sign.
The Osmunda Kincadium, aka the boring fern, possessed no interesting qualities whatsoever. That's not nice. I'm sure it was very interesting once you got to know it.
So maybe we can talk to Sal here.
Sal!
Keep it down, will ya? This is a museum, not a locker room.
Headphones, Sal.
Nice headphones. Listening to the game? Or maybe some Black Flag?
No, these are my official museum guard emergency headphones. I gotta wear these so that Mr. Paperweight can tell me where to go in case of a security emergency. Of course, I haven't heard from him in a while. He must be busy up there with that space gorilla guy.
So maybe I need to switch to headphones.
Don't look now, but there's a scandalously clad intergalactic despot running roughshod through your museum.
You mean General Skunkape? He's an A1 buttwad, all right. But what are you gonna do? Mr. Paperweight's rolled out the red carpet for him and his minions.
Don't you think you should alert the authorities?
What? Lose my job?
Come on, space apes.
How's life with Skunk Ape?
Skunk Ape. That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. Not so bad. Aside from the big gorilla over there guarding the door, most of these apes just hang out in the planetarium.
Come on,
What's with all the apes
say
running
something
around?
interesting.
Beats me. Mr. Paperweight told me to steer clear of them. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, let's ask him about Max.
Would you mind not throwing my little buddy into the museum's incinerator?
What can I do, Sam? Mr. P finds another corpse strewn about all willy-nilly on the exhibit floor. He's gonna kick my thorax right to the unemployment office. Say your friend's still alive? You better get him moving.
Would you mind not throwing my little buddy into the museum's incinerator?
Just to repeat.
What can I do, Sam? If Mr. P finds another corpse strewn about all willy-nilly on the exhibit floor, he's gonna kick my thorax right to the unemployment office. Say your friend's still alive? You better get him moving.
But he hasn't got a brain.
Well, maybe you should find him a new one. Sheesh, some detective you are.
Oh, okay. So there was something new there.
Sal. Why is that name so familiar? Wait a minute. Stinky's used to have a fry cook named Sal.
Yep, that'd be me.
A 6-foot-tall cockroach working at Stinky's? That's shocking. No, wait. What's that thing that's the complete opposite of shocking? So why did Grandpa Stinky fire you? I mean, aside from the whole disease-carrying vermin thing.
He, didn't approve of a cockroach in the kitchen.
That's strange. Grandpa Stinky never had problems with cockroaches before.
Tell me about Paperweight, since that's been moved around
Any
here.
idea what that paperweight loser is doing in the planetarium?
Hey, don't be calling Mr. Paperweight a loser. He's a stand-up guy who took me in and gave me a job.
He's not here, you know.
Nah, I got no idea what that loser's up to. Heck, I can't even understand half the things he tells me over the headphones.
Your boss is gathering demonic toys for a nefarious purpose.
Toys, eh? And what do you want me to do about it?
Call the Army, the Navy, the Swiss Guard.
You want me to turn on my boss? Dream on, buddy. This is a pretty cushy job here. And I ain't messing it up over a bunch of demonic toys.
Well, that's
See
enough
ya,
of
Sal.
talking to him.
Careful out there, Sam. This place is cuckoo tonight.
I think the voice actor there is Brock from the Venture Brothers. Is the same actor that plays that character also is voicing Sal. Would kind of make sense because Brock does show up in Telltale Poker 1 and 2, I believe. So let's take this and we can put the brain in Max's body.
Maybe this carefully preserved gray matter will get Max's body moving, or at least twitching and drooling unnervingly. Hello? Anybody in there?
Torment of Osiris will be laid upon your feet, heretics! The wrath of Anubis!
Nah, but I get that a lot. I'm Sam.
Oh my! A new body! And it's so energetic!
That's probably one of Max's sugar rushes. You'll just want to ride him out until you get used to him.
Well, I suppose you want some sort of tedious boon in return for rescuing our spirit from the shadowy realms, yes?
Well, if it's not too much trouble, Your Majesty, I could use some help retrieving Max's brain from a couple of world-conquering Nimrods.
I believe we can aid you in your quest, but where will my brain go after we've restored this Max?
Well, if everything goes as planned, I suppose you can take your pick between an ethnic sorcerer and a superpowered space gorilla.
A gorilla? That does sound promising. Very well, we shall grant your boon. It shouldn't be too much trouble with all these toys of the gods secreted in this fuzzy little body.
Toys of the gods? Do you have the gift?
Is that what they're calling it these days? My people always called it the Curse of Horus. Ungrateful wretches.
Neat. If you've got creepy brain powers, this rescue's gonna be a walk in the park. Ready to roll?
Lead on, barbarian.
Interesting. So let's pull this bone here and see if it says something now. So, well, we've got this, which I think is going to let us control this and send us to different places. Let's see, what happens when we activate it?
Welcome to the Museum of Mostly Natural History. My name is Anton Paperweight, and I'll be your narrator on this self-guided tour today.
So I can just hit a number and it will take me somewhere. Let's see what we need to figure out what all those numbers do, and we will figure that out next time. But
The arrow of power. But where is the disc of madness? Or the orb of unending bounciness?
We haven't found him yet. But here, take a gander at this.
Ah, the wondrous essence thief! How well I remember disguising myself as a palm frond to observe the forbidden rituals at the Temple of Adolescence.
You tyrannical scamp.
so we have the 3 original toys from the first episode here, which includes future vision, so that's going to be kind of easy to figure out. I'm going to try and hold off using that until I'm totally certain. But as this all seems to play out, it seems like there's going to be a slightly difficult puzzle here, and it's going to be a little bit longer, and then that's going to be it. We would be done with Act 2, and then Act 3, who knows, I don't have a clue. But what I do know is that this is it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.